Hello, this is Mike Steckline, partner with the Institute for Enterprise Excellence. Short video describing an upcoming webinar that we have. Details for the webinar can be found on this page. Go to the bit.ly link at the bottom to get more of the details. The topic will be third in a series around the topic of what we call a Pracademic's Guide to Strategy Deployment. We'll be discussing a breakdown of some of the key systems that we're looking at. One way to think about it is to view it this way, to see the important work that leaders do around preparing the organization for the future, both in terms of developing strategy and deploying strategy, connected to the daily management system that leaders, managers have a role in, and frontline are actively owning and involving the daily improvement of their work. And the third component is seen as standard work, both in terms of leader standard work, manager standard work primarily. There's also the standard work of the frontline. And this is based upon a white paper that we wrote. You can get a copy of that at the bit.ly link at the bottom, side-by-side management. The topic of this particular webinar is focusing primarily on this part, which has to do with deployment of strategy. We've boiled it down to 10 topics that we're going to be discussing. Some of this is a review of previous topics, but a lot of it has been updated. First one, what business are we in? The advice from Dr. Deming about survival not compulsory, improvement not compulsory, but improvement is necessary for survival. The need to understand that strategy deployment is an application of new and different principles, different from the prevailing style of management principles. A shift in focus from selecting strategies to the deployment of strategies. A lot of this comes from contributions of Pascal Dennis and his work. It's not about the tool, reflecting upon some of the different approaches that people have about the use of tools and strategy deployment. This idea of people discovering there's too much on their plates, how does that happen, how to get out of it. A realization that, as with a lot of this, there is no instant pudding, there's no shortcuts, wish there were, but a lot of this is understanding the evolution of how this system needs to evolve in an organization. A review of understanding what we call true north, going beyond mere measures, and some discussion about breakthrough and big rocks, a topic that I learned from Jeff Hunter and other contributions. Realization that this is one system that's owned by top management, but also that it must be managed just as any system. And then finally, big and little PDSA cycles applied throughout the organization in experimenting with strategy deployment. So once again, here's the details. May 18th, Friday, noon Central Time. Details can be found for dial-up and login at the bit.ly link below. Hope you'll be able to join us. Thanks.